Y'all, this tea is spicy as F because Latto just exposed the real reason Saucy Santana backed all the way up from Diddy's family. And let's just sit, had nothing to do with North's schedule or brand deals. According to Big Mama Latto, there was allegedly a freak-off, and Mama Combs was involved. Yeah, not the white nails. Now if you've been wondering why Santana went from being Diddy's rumored plaything to acting like he don't even know the Combs family, this might be the reason. Because Big Mama Latto is out here saying Santana saw something that made him never want to step foot in that mansion again. And once you hear what allegedly went down behind those closed doors, you'll understand why he probably bounced. If you thought the Diddy rumors were bad, this new twist with his mama just took things to a whole new level. So go grab your popcorn and your tea, because the walls are finally talking in, baby. They are screaming. Now let's break it down. A lot of people are shook at the fact that Latto is the one spilling the tea on Santana. But honestly, that's not even the most shocking part. If you've been paying attention, something has been off between them for a while. These two used to be locked in. Like twin, where have you been? Twin, that level of tight? They were out here doing interviews together, hyping each other up on socials, and even dropped that cheek-clapping anthem, Booty Booty Booty, and the energy was always bestie vibes. But then, out of nowhere, the whole vibe just shifted. Fans started noticing that Santana wasn't rocking with Latto like he used to. It got real quiet between them. No tweets, no shoutouts, no collabs, and then came the messy moment that lit up the internet the night Santana went off on late DJ Mit.
Hey, it's all over. It's all over. Here for the computer. Well, that's right.
After that, Santana tried to play it cool, saying he only lashed out because the DJ had pulled a prank on him. But fans weren't buying that excuse not even a little bit. From what everyone could see, the DJ wasn't being shady. There was no real disrespect, and the moment itself seemed completely harmless. It definitely didn't call for the kind of explosive reaction Santana gave. What made it even more bizarre, though, was Santana later admitting that he didn't even know it was a prank at the time. So now, people are looking at the entire situation sideways, wondering what really triggered him to snap like that in public. Because clearly, something deeper was bubbling under the surface, and fans could feel it.
Apparently on tour, it was prank day. This is my first tour. So, I'm not familiar with it being a prank day or whatever the case is with that. So for me, it was like, I don't play when it comes to rap. I don't play when it comes to performing. And I feel like it could be my own insecurity. I don't know how other people look at it, but I feel like I already have a big personality. People know me for the lives with Young Miami and just being funny, and that's just my personality. I always been like that. I want people to respect me and take me serious as a rapper first before anything. I don't want you to feel like you can play with me. And I don't like it.
Santana's sudden attitude shift after that whole DJ incident didn't help his case either. He started making these bold comments about wanting to be taken seriously as a rapper, not just seen as a personality or somebody's plus one. But the way he said it, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Apparently, it rubbed Latto the wrong way too, because not long after that, their friendship quietly faded into the background. Now, they've kept things cute and classy in public. No Twitter rants, no messy interviews, but that tension. It's been brewing for a while, and with all the chaos swirling around Diddy, Latto clearly decided it was time to get her lick back because the tea she just dropped is messy, unhinged, and downright wild. She's now claiming that Saucy Santana allegedly got freaky not just with Diddy, but with Diddy's mama too. Y'all, not Mama Combs. Let that sink in. Now, tell me what y'all think. Because if you've been hearing the same whispers I've been hearing, then you already know the rumors about Diddy and Sergeant Santana being more than just friends have been around forever. But those whispers turned into full-blown alarms during the trial, when things really started unraveling. That's when we found out about the jaw-dropping details of Diddy's bedroom behavior. Suddenly, all those rumors about Santana didn't seem so far-fetched anymore. People have long speculated about how Santana ended up in Diddy's circle to begin with, but the real story is messier than anyone imagined. Turns out, this drama didn't start overnight. It actually goes back a few years, right around the time when Santana and his then bestie Young Miami randomly fell out. At the time, no one knew what happened. They just stopped vibing. No posts, no collabs, no Carisha please, just silence. But now Santana is finally spilling, and according to him, the fallout was all because of Diddy. He claims that Young Miami was low-key trying to push him into a situation with Diddy even though he wasn't interested like that. And the wildest part, Diddy was allegedly already messing with Young Miami at the time. So imagine the awkwardness, your own friend trying to hook you up with the same man she's sleeping with. Santana said it got uncomfortable real quick, and that's when everything blew up between them. They eventually patched things up, and next thing we knew, Santana was right by Diddy's side. But the thing is, it was never really a secret. People in the industry were whispering that Santana was messing with Diddy on the low. It wasn't public, but it definitely wasn't hidden either. The first major hint came during that infamous Twitter fight between JT and Young Miami, when JT exposed Santana and Diddy's alleged shade. JT threw major shade, tweeting, "AB, been sneak dissing me for weeks and I ain't said nothing. Would a B mad at me for?" Then she really went in with, "Oh Miss Mama, this your last day, playing dumb. It'd be too much for me to tweet. I will take a sit down on Carisha. Please end this time. Leave Santana home." Now, while fans immediately clocked the shade in JT's tweet, Latto had already been picking up the crumbs. She wasn't just close to Santana, she had ties to the City Girls too, so she'd seen the behind-the-scenes drama. And it wasn't just her. DJ Academics clocked it too. On a recent episode of his podcast with Whack 100 and a few others, the conversation took a sharp left like it always does. Things were going fine until Ock decided to bring up the most controversial question in hip-hop: whether Diddy had anything to do with the Tupac situation. Now most folks either avoid that question or give some PR-friendly answer. But not Whack 100. Instead of a yes or no, he started spilling his own version of the tea. He didn't directly say Diddy was involved, but he made it very clear there were a lot of dark things happening behind the scenes. He started talking about the types of parties Diddy used to throw, the kind that weren't just wild, but allegedly dangerous. He said those parties had a reputation in the industry, with all kinds of people attending. And once you saw what went down, you couldn't unsee it. It was like Whack was trying to tell us something without actually saying it. And the fact that he dodged the Tupac question entirely, that only added more suspicion, because when even Whack 100 won't speak directly on a topic, that says a whole lot. Nick?
Back up. I even asked about it. Diddy was Tupac. Hold on, bro.
Diddy's innocent.
No, he's guilty of having parties. What that mean? Huh? What's a party?
He killed Tupac.
That's some shit you ain't supposed to be doing. What that mean?
What's
Because
party?
that Gene Deal that you saying coming out with, like, you know what I mean? They got towels around their waist and shit.
But y'all, it didn't stop there, because Whack 100 took it even further. He claimed that Diddy, Saucy Santana, and Young Miami were allegedly throwing these private parties. And we're not talking game, night, and cocktails. These were the kind of parties where phones were taken at the door, and what happened inside stayed inside. Whack didn't drop specific names or go into graphic detail, but the way he described the atmosphere made it clear these weren't just casual get-togethers. He hinted that the energy at these parties was heavy, secretive, and far from ordinary. The kind of scene that had people walking out different than they walked in. You could feel the weight in Whack's tone, like he knew more than he was letting on, but even he didn't want the smoke that would come with saying it all out loud. And when someone like him bites his tongue, that tells you everything.
You gotta explain the party.
That's some Saucy Santana.
Stop it.
How
Stop.
did we got there?
No, stop.
You the one said maybe the girl, Saucy, and Puffy having parties. Don't act like you didn't say that. Tuck your tail, bro.
Hold up,
And this is where things really started to boil over, because the moment Latto dropped that tea, Santana completely lost it. For the first time ever, he came out swinging and directly addressed the rumors about him and Diddy. And let's just say, he was heated, not healed. Santana clapped back at Latto so hard, denying everything and making it crystal clear that he never had anything romantic going on with Diddy. But the wild part, the fact that he even acknowledged the rumors at all, that was a first. Up until now, he'd been silent, letting the whispers swirl without giving them any air. But this time, he didn't have a choice. The pressure was too loud, the streets were too messy, and the tea was just too hot to ignore. Fans clocked it immediately. Santana wasn't just defending himself. He was reacting like someone whose buttons had officially been pushed.
No, they were saying you. They were saying that.
Do you know
It
how
was
much?
so weird.
Do you know how much that used to piss me off?
They were. I never believed it, but I know Santana seen it. That's
Girl,
why I was
Dad,
like,
I used to be on YouTube like, ew. I'm like, first of all, y'all ain't motherfucking play that. We ain't doing it.
Okay.
We ain't doing it. And Carisha ain't with nothing that's gay, baby. She don't even play that.
Okay.
So it was just like, I'm just like, and that affected me. I'm like, that's corny. Why y'all saying that I'm my best friend? And like, come on, what is we doing?
I mean, your tea, like.
Yeah, but I'm not my best friend. No.
Yeah.
Because these is out here.
So I do want to talk
I'm
about.
not giving.
Here's your revised script in simple, Clear English, with improved grammar and smoother tone. I kept the storytelling energy and casual vibe, but made it easier to follow. Now, if there's one thing we know about Big Mama Latto, it's that she does not like being called a liar. So when Santana tried to shut her down, she came back swinging. And this time, she wasn't just defending herself, she brought the heat. Latto dropped some of the wildest tea of the year. And apparently, the real scandal isn't even just about Santana messing around with Diddy. No, according to her, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because what's really going on, it's darker, messier, and completely out of pocket. So now, the big question is if Santana and Diddy getting freaky isn't the real shocker. Then what is? Well, buckle up, because Latto's next claim might just blow the lid off this whole situation. She's now saying that the real freaky stuff didn't just involve Diddy and Saucy Santana. Nope, she's claiming that Santana also allegedly messed around with Diddy's mom, Janice Combs. Yes, Mama Combs. And this wasn't just some random rumor. According to Latto, the two were getting real close while Diddy was locked up. She says Mama Combs leaned on Santana for comfort while her son was facing serious federal charges. Now Saucy Santana, who's openly gay, hooking up with Mama Combs. That's a whole other level of wild. We don't know if Young Miami had anything to do with setting it up, or if Santana made the move himself. But one thing's clear, if this is even halfway true, the entire Diddy situation just got 10 times messier. And suddenly, Santana cutting ties with the Combs family makes a whole lot more sense, because the last thing he wants is to be exposed for allegedly messing with both the mother and the son. But here's the thing, this Mama Combs rumor, it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. See, Santana's always been open about his bold personality and freaky side. But as for Mama Combs, the streets have been whispering for years that she was the one who introduced Diddy to this whole wild freak-off lifestyle in the first place. So when fans started hearing about Diddy's wild parties, they noticed something strange. Mama Combs was showing up to a lot of them, and not in the background either. She was there. So now that Latto's supposedly spilling that Mama Combs and Santana were getting close, honestly, people aren't even surprised anymore. It just feels like the mess is finally catching up to them. And to make it even crazier, multiple people close to Diddy are now coming forward to back it up. According to Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, Mama Combs wasn't just a regular party mom. He says she was allegedly running a full-blown madame operation, as in managing a whole group of women at these events. Let me know if you want the next part reworded to, or if you'd like this in a video script format. Next.
But the apple don't fall far from the tree, man. You gotta realize that. You know, he didn't get all this from his daddy, because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big-time deal in the whole 9 yards. You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You gotta realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostituting too, or these ladies was doing things other than modeling. So the apple don't fall far from the tree.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any darker, there's more. According to one of Diddy's childhood friends, the chaos didn't start in the spotlight. It allegedly began at home. Patterson, someone who grew up with Diddy, claimed their household wasn't just rowdy, it was downright wild. He says it was basically an open-door party zone, no matter the time of day or who was around. Alcohol, shady characters, people hooking up in random rooms, all of it was normalized. And this wasn't hidden from the kids. It was out in the open. Patterson even admitted, that's what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us? Probably. But did we know it? Not at all. That was just a regular Saturday night. Now, when people start raising eyebrows at Mama Combs and her rumored role in these bizarre circles, it's not all coming out of thin air. According to Patterson, this behavior goes way back. It's a pattern. And if these claims have any truth to them, then what's surfacing now is just the tip of something much deeper and a lot more disturbing. What makes this story explode, though, is Santana. Instead of letting the gossip die down, he came forward, claiming he was lying about Diddy and unintentionally kicked the hornet's nest. That's when Latto came in and didn't just drop hints, he aired everything out. From shady links between Santana and Diddy to Mama Combs allegedly organizing freak-offs like it's family tradition. The whole situation sounds straight out of a twisted movie. And let's be real, if even a fraction of this is true, Santana wasn't just trying to avoid bad press. He might have been trying to save his own skin and what's left of his reputation. Now the streets are buzzing with questions. Was Santana just an innocent guest at these wild parties? Or was he part of something darker? And what is Mama Combs' real role in all this? If this is what's leaking, what's still hidden behind Hollywood's locked doors? Stay locked in. This story isn't done unraveling yet.